Hey everybody, I'm the Pigglesworth, and welcome back to Satisfactory. You notice something? Stuff is missing from in here. It's because I've got something built and ready to go for this episode. Now, it has been quite a bit of time between last episode and this episode. I'm going to say probably a week or two, and I know what you're thinking, Piggy. How is it that you're putting out videos regular if you've gone a week or two without recording one? That doesn't make any sense. Well, it does make sense. I filmed a whole bunch of episodes before I started releasing them, so that way it would give me some buffer time. Because the way these games go is, as you get further and further to the end, it takes more and more time. So usually if I record a bunch of the simpler episodes together in bulk and then start releasing them, you kind of get caught up to everything. Ooh, what is that? We'll mess with that in just a minute. So we're going to look in here. I have got these adaptive control units finally built. These things took a while to build, and I've gotten all the other stuffs built, and we are going to find out what is in the highest tier possible for this game so far. Now, this game is still in development, so that means that they are slowly adding stuff to the game. They're not calling it a complete finished game yet. And I've been kind of keeping mental notes of different ideas and stuff of the game, the way I see it is right now versus the way I think it makes some improvements. I think I'm going to save that till a little bit later on in maybe a few more episodes or so. But let's look in here. I've finally got 2,500 of these and 500 of these. Let's go ahead and turn this stuff in. There you go. That's how you get stuff accomplished at the beginning of the episode. Seal it. And look, we're going to get tier 7 and 8 and send it on its way. Tell us, Ada. Tell us. Or you're not going to tell us. Ma'am? Do you have things to say to us? I guess not. Oh, and hear that noise? Yeah, I figured that noise out. It's somewhere right here. Hear that? I, by accident, figured that noise out. I'm going to have to show you in a minute. It's really crazy how in all these episodes and in all this time, that noise has been right there, and there was a simple way to get to it. What was that sound now? All these sounds. All right, so we're going to run back up here, and I want to take a look at what are all the new items that we've got available to us, and then we're going to get on with what in the world is Piggy been up to with trains. I've been playing with trains, yes I have. Having a whole bunch of fun with trains, actually. So let's go over here. Let's check the hub. Tier set. Oh, we can't get to 8 yet? Okay. Bauxite refinement. Ooh. Mark 5? We haven't even used Mark 4. So Mark 5, we can get conveyor. Let's see. Oh. So all this stuff is going to let us make that. Alumina lets us make aluminum, I guess. Advanced aluminum. That's really strange. You go from bauxite straight to advanced. Ooh, the Miner Mark 3. We're going to really start cranking out stuff. A heat sink, a turbo motor, and a battery. Hazmat suit. That would actually be nice to have. There's been a few things I found that I'll have to show you where having that hazmat suit would come in handy. Nuclear power. I don't know about this. I've seen some stuff about nuclear power where you can create power, but it gives off waste, and you can't get rid of the waste. So I don't know. We might accomplish this so that we can accomplish it, but I don't know if I want to actually set up nuclear power. And what's tier 8? Well, we're not allowed to see tier 8 yet. Okay, so let's go ahead and just... Let's see. That needs aluminum sheets. That one... And then that needs all this stuff, which I bet is going to need aluminum sheets. So we're kind of forced to go in order on this. So we'll go ahead and select that as a milestone. And then when I get a chance, I'll make a bunch of that stuff and we'll come back. But I want to show you what's going on here. First, we're going to explore that audio sound thing. Just a little bit of float and float. I've been doing a whole lot of exploration around on the map. Yes, I have. Got stuff set up too, which is going to be really, really cool. I think once this is all said and done, I'm going to have some really cool stuff set up here. So let's run over here. So I was working on this. This is like a train station I got set up. We got some of these hyper tubes set up, which are going to be really cool for you to see here in a minute. Now, as I was working on this, I noticed something. Do you notice it? I don't know how I missed this. Look at this. Right here the whole time there's been a tunnel. So I figured I'd wait till I was filming. We could go exploring. Ooh, those little nasty stinking spiders. See if we can just fly up here. What is this? So we have mushrooms. There's this red thing. Is this what's giving off noise? A summer sloop, work in progress. Is this one going to do a warning thing when I try to pick it up as well? Let's see. It's not saying anything.
I strongly advise you to harvest this specimen.
Oh, so that's what the other one was saying. Okay. Oh, and now I got quiet. There you go. Now I hear weird noises. Now we got to try and get out of here without these crazy stinking spiders coming after us. I'm kind of curious to see if there's anything else in here, though. Those little creepy spiders. Get out of here. That mess. See, the tunnel seems to go on down that way. Oh my gosh, they can climb up walls? Come here, you. Get dealt with. Oh, now the game's going to freeze on me, of course. Come here. If you got arachnophobia, don't look at the screen. No, come here. Boy, I tell you what, that sword makes quick work of them, doesn't it? Kid you not, it sounds like there's more running around in here. That's a weird, creepy noise. I bet it's like stuck somewhere. Let's see if we can fly up here and look around. Oh, you got quiet. You settled down for a nap, right? Now, does this go anywhere? You gotta be kidding me. This comes out right here? How did I not see that? Oh my gosh. I've run through this area several times. I've just never noticed that there was a cave right there. That is crazy. Okay, well, let's run back through, because we are now going to check out the train. Now, what I don't know about this train is how long is this going to take? I've not timed it. Just fly on up. Love that jetpack. There we go. I still really wish that there was like a modification to the jetpack that would let you fly around real fast. Alright, so the way I've set this up is we got this up in the air, so that way I don't have to worry about stuff getting in the way. And we're going to use hypertubes to get up to the train station. Isn't that cool? Now I found you can connect multiple cars to it. And I have been using this to carry around a bunch of materials to work on building a rail line. Now, what's kind of frustrating about these trains is you get up here, so you can hit E right here to drive the locomotive, but you can't hit E to look in this. You have to get all the way down here, and it doesn't say press E to open inventory, so I feel like that's a glitch or something. Oh, excuse me, long week. Glitch or something that they still need to work on. Now, what's really funny is when these things are empty, let's see how much. Oh, I got a bunch in my inventory. When these things are empty, there's that freeze again. You just see these fork things, you don't see the box. Now, if you stand on top of this thing and you put items in it, the box will appear. It'll kill you. It killed me, and it threw my body way up in the air, and I hit the ground and just like flailed around everywhere. It was real stinkerish. But before we drive the train, check this out. So I have got underneath the rail, we're going to have a hyperloop system going on, and this has got a rail gun of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it gives us a speed of 10. I figured a speed of 15 would be so fast I really couldn't see what I was doing. Now, the reason why I've got these two separate things, we'll jump in here and I'll show you. Whoop. Oh, there we go. We're just zooming along. See how fast we're going? So we can get between stations really, really quick like this. Now, the only downside to this is the inventory space that our character has is the only thing that we're going to be able to carry on our person. You can see I went ahead. Remember the other hyperloop line thing that I had going? It went like way over to the side and then over here. I went ahead and deleted that, and we got this one all set up instead. But yeah, if I quickly need to get to a station to do something, then we can use this not hyperloop, what is it, hyper tubes? That's what the word is. I'm gonna make up my own words for parts here now. Hyper tube set up so that we can get over here. That keeps going, but you notice I haven't finished it. Yeah, because just getting the track set up was quite a bit of work. So I figured I would set this up just to see if it works. Now what I did find is when you're setting up these tubes, it's not so much that setting up in the wrong order slows you down, but if I want my character to go this way, I need to build the tubes where that's the start and that's the stop. If you built that the opposite and then tried to fly through it that way, the camera goes whoop, whoop, every time you go through one of those little ringlets, and it just makes everything really weird. It's some kind of game glitch or something. See, we're really smooth right here now. I've had all these go in the same direction. I had to come back, tear these pipes apart, and turn them around. I think there's one in here that I missed. So we might now also notice as we turn corners, the camera keeps pointing in the same direction, right? When we're in the train, it doesn't. The camera will follow, which is, I wish that the camera would follow in this as well. Of course, I also wish we could zoom out a little bit. Is it right here? Maybe not. Okay, I guess all the pipes are cool. But yeah, we got this really, really cool, quick way to move around. But, you know, if we can get somewhere so fast with that, you might be asking yourself, well, why in the world would you want to set up a train? Well, because each one of those boxcars is considered a, what do you call it? A storage unit. So if I made a whole bunch of boxcars, we could potentially go to several places and get a whole bunch of materials and bring it with us. While the trip is a little bit slower by train, we can carry more stuff with us. So you'll notice that between each of these spaces, they look like they're kind of close together. It's because we're moving kind of fast. We're going, what, 119, almost 100, oh, there we go, 100, so like 60 miles an hour, 120 kilometers per hour. So it looks like these are close together. When you go through the pipes, they actually look a little bit closer. They are 12 spaces apart. The reason why is I found out that, so you can get the camera down there, you notice the electric poles? Those can go 12 spaces before it says the wire's too long. And the same thing with the hyperline loop pipe things. So I figured I would just make these pylons 12 apart, and then that way we would be able to, we can run power. So we're going to be able to have power around the entire map, and these pipes around the entire map. So here is our West Station. I'm just going to hit the button so we can see. Coming up on West Station. Went ahead and named it that for the west side of the map. That is going to be this area right in here. We've got some oil deposits and other stuff going on. Now I know it's going to take a few minutes to go all the way around on this, but I thought it would be fun. We could just kind of explore it and just look at all the different kind of, I guess for lack of a better name, biomes that they've got going on in this game. And since we're going through here, I guess I could go ahead and talk about some of the game improvements that I think would really help in this game. So when you choose to start a world, you can start in 3 different locations, or I think it's 4. And each location, some of them are for beginner, some of them have better nodes but harder to find resources. There's one that starts you in a desert. We'll be over at the desert in a minute. And the desert has a whole bunch of pure nodes in it, but there's hardly any water. There's no biomass stuff, so it's kind of hard to get your electrical stuff set up to begin with. I like this. It's a very tropical kind of feeling area. It's pretty cool. But the one thing that Oh, excuse me. The one thing I have noticed in this game is that for the most part you can find all of the resources in the game spread out all over the map. And I feel like that's a mistake. Because other than finding pure resource nodes, you really don't have an incentive to explore the map that much, because you can find all the same resource nodes in one area. I feel like it would have been much better if they would have spread stuff out. Like you had had an area that was much more like, oh, there's a crashed spaceship down there. We'll have to go check that out. You know, like have copper in one kind of area, iron in another kind of area, silica maybe like in caves or up in mountainous ranges, oil deposits in like swamp areas and out in the water. Like there's somewhere out in here, I'll have to look for it. There's somewhere in shallow water where you have some oil, which is kind of cool. So I guess that makes it feel like you have oil derricks out in the water. There's these weird plateau things up here coming up, and when from far away, when I was up on those platforms setting up the radar dishes, it looked like water, but it's like a sand, like a desert area up there. So it just seems like it would have been a lot more fun. See, like all these little dark patches. There's one right there, and there's one right there. Here's the North Station, right up in this area. I'll zoom out so you can see it. So that's our North Station. But it just seemed like it would be a little bit more fun if you had to go to different parts of the maps to find materials. It would force exploration. It might make the game play out just a little bit longer because you actually have to traverse across the map to get different materials to make stuff to move up the tier. So that was one idea. I really like the diversity in the plant life and the different just like formations, natural formations. Let me look over. It's kind of hard to get like a good camera angle when you're so close up on the train. But just the different vegetation and stuff, different plants and whatnot. And I hope that they have plans for making different vegetation have or do different things. Like maybe, like right now, the foods that you can eat are those berries and those nuts. You find those all over the map. The same thing. There's a few creatures in the game. You find those same creatures all over the map. So maybe creatures that were a little bit more specific to certain biomes. Maybe like those glowworm things, the different colors were only found in certain kinds of locations or something like that. Like you actually had to earn it. Maybe like make the purple ones in caves only. And you have to like fight your way through the caves to get to those purple slugs or something like that. Get these really crazy weird rock formations down there. Here we go. So there's like a real cool oasis right there too. This is the desert. Look, we've got some quartz right there, which is awesome. I love how you can see like the heat and the sand blowing on the desert. You can see like some heat waves. But coming up right here, so this is pretty interesting. There's this radioactive material right here, and as we drive by it, we're going to get hit with it a little bit. See our radiation levels go up, and then they drop back down. So getting one of those hazmat suits and being able to go over there and break that up would be nice. It can make this track safer. We got the desert, really cool waterfalls over there. This oasis kind of area right here. And this will be West Station, I believe. East Station. Once I get another station built. So that way all 4 cardinal directions will have stations. And I'm kind of trying to figure out, like since there's nodes everywhere, I'm trying to figure out, do I want to create a system that collects items and brings it to a central location for manufacturing? Or do we want to find different areas with different node types that support certain things to be built and build those items there, because what I'm thinking is we can use this track as a collection point with conveyor lines to move a whole bunch of stuff. So there's some coal down there. We got copper. Looks like an iron node. I haven't really explored this stuff up close. Oh, there's another crashed ship right there. A lot of it I've seen from afar as I was building this track. But also have another cool idea of something that I want to build on here. Oh, this is weird and crazy. Whoop. Isn't that weird? Got another waterfall. There's 2 or 3 really cool looking waterfalls around the area. Turn and look back at these really crazy looking plants as well. And that's what I mean. There's some really cool variations of like swamp biomes and just different stuff like that. But like, see how you got those gas plants down there? Those are everywhere. It'd be nice if those were maybe more just in the swamp area or low area instead of everywhere. Like, just spread things out a little bit more, make things a little bit more diverse. But I'm not complaining. The game is still really fun to play. It just, that would be some nice things that maybe they could do to swap stuff up just a little bit. Like I said, force you to maybe explore the planet a little bit more. But at the same time, I know that they're going to add more stuff to the game and expand it, so maybe they're going to do that. Or maybe they're going to add more to the map. Who knows? Zoom on through here. That's really the only tight curve in the whole track. And this track, wow, this thing was pretty tricky to build. I'll show you a cool technique that I think I was watching. There's a YouTuber named Zildjian. He used to do Minecraft stuff, and I think he was the one that I had watched his channel to see how to get these foundations to do. See, this is like a really cool area as well. And coming up over here, there's this weird looking thing. See if we can take a look at it as we go by. There's some coal or oil deposits somewhere down there too. So we got this puddle down here, and when I step down there, there's water squirting out of these things, and it calls it a geyser. So we've got this like heated water shooting out. I wonder if that's going to be important. We're going to use that for something. Another crashed ship. There's a lot of hard drives around here I need to be getting, so we can get ourselves some recipes, some alternate recipes. But here we go. We're coming back to the station. Does this thing have a horn? H for horn? No. I don't know if that has a horn or not. So when we're going, oh, we're picking up speed going downhill. So when we're going at full speed, I found if we start right about here, and I hit the brakes and I'm hitting reverse at the same time, we pretty much come to a stop right at the station. I guess picking up speed going down that hill made it where I probably should have stopped just a little bit earlier. There we go. So that was a tour of the entire map via train. I think that took about 10 minutes. Now I kid you not, looks like there's a cave right there. Let's go check it out. But there is some more, there's like these red forests right up, oh, we're just going to drop, okay, up in the middle, and a few other little things to look at. But for the most part, the biomes that I saw around the edge, nope, stinkerish. It's just a shadow and a save glitch. Okay, there we go. But yeah, for the most part, going around the edge, you can see the diversity of all the things. Like these creatures are everywhere. It'd be cool if these creatures were maybe like forest type creatures, or maybe they lived along the beach lines or something like that. Like they do have the spiders only showing up, like if you're out at night, they sometimes show up, and then in the caves. And maybe have like maybe these parrot bird things would be cool on the beaches. And have those things in like open field type areas. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. Really, really cool stuff. Getting the infrastructure for traveling and whatnot. But like I was saying, with the movement of materials, hopefully we're going to start putting like conveyor lines on this, and this will let us move materials around the map in a very quick fashion. And then we're going to eventually tear all this down because I've got an idea of what I want to build over here. But now that we've done the tour, we have got milestones and stuff to figure out, bauxite refinement and whatnot to be working on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get some of that stuff built real quick. Tell you what I do want to check real quick. What was it, this radio thing, for this research? Was it Caterium? Oh, that's right, the poles. What are you? Inflated pocket? Oh, we're going to have to do the Caterium to make this AI limiter. Oh no, it wasn't that. Was it quartz? Oh, it was quartz. That's what it was. And we needed, we needed 200 aluminum sheets. That's what it was. So by doing this, this is going to let us have access to faster conveyor belts and the sheets. Awesome. So we'll be able to make this stuff and then turn that in and do the research and find out what those radios are. I still think those radios are going to have something to do with finding the crashed ships. It'll be nice if there's a way where we could set it up like the radio beacons, and it would find stuff on the map and then leave it on there. That would be really great, because then I could tear down all this ugliness that's floating around in the sky. I could go ahead and tear down this thing that takes us up there and relocate it. I don't know if we're going to need the Space Needle once we get the other tiers done, but I'll move it as well. And then, like I said, we're going to have to tear all this down because I got a cool idea what I want to build right here. To actually build something in the game instead of just doing like all the production. But yeah, I'm rambling and rambling. I got motors in here, but I am going to... Okay, so I'm going to make some other stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. I'm going to make all this stuff so that we can get this aluminum stuff checked out, and then we're going to come back and see if we can figure out what in the world these radio things are all about. And we're back over here, and something has changed. Look at there. I have got a pipe system that goes the entire way around the map. We'll explore that in just a minute. The sun's going down, so it would make it kind of hard to see all the different areas around, but I think we're going to need to go around anyway to look for bauxite, because I'm not quite certain I know where any bauxite is. I think I've found some deposits before, but we have never found a node, and we're not able to search for the node. So I think getting this next achievement is going to let us actually look for the bauxite node. There we go. Fly up there. All right, so in between clips, it's been a few days. I went ahead and finished up the pipe, the railgun thing, and went ahead and set up all the items I would need for the next, what do you call it, milestone. Here's what's crazy, okay? Look how high we're running on power. Now, I went ahead and grabbed a bunch of stuff to make this, and I ended up shutting down the whole system because I had too many machines turned on at once. I'll have to double check. I think there's a few machines still making some stuff to fill up all the stuff I've used. But the railguns are taking up an awful lot of power. Let's do some quick calculations here. You can do the right buttons. Transportation. A hypertube entrance is 10. I have a 10 hypertube entrance railgun for each direction at each station. So that is 20 hypertube entrances at each station. Times 4 stations is 80. And 80 times 10 is 800. So we're using 800 power just on the hypertube entrances. And then each station is 100. So that's 1200. And what do we say we're cruising at right here? So half of our maximum capacity right now is just keeping the hypertube loop and the train stations active. And then each station has 2 more of these, one to get down to the ground level and one to come up. So that's 20 times 4, that's 80. So we're looking at over half our power consumption is just on the loop that I built. So we're going to need to look at adding some more power. Now, we've got the coal plants going, but then I got to thinking about it. Wait a minute, we've got these oil deposits. I've got this, where's it at? Oh, power. Hello. Wrong button. Fuel generator. So this makes 75 megawatts. This will make 150. So this will make double. Now I'm going to need some of those reinforced modular frames and some Caterium wire to make one. What I'm curious to know is what is the consumption of it, because we've got that whole area over. What we might do in next episode is work on that other area. I'll show you in just a minute what I mean by that. So let's go ahead and grab all these. Wait, I only need 100 of those. I've got a few more in here because as we move forward, some of these milestones are going to need more of those. So let's turn you in, you, and you. Oh, I need one more computer. Hello. Quite anticlimactic. I need some cable. Ooh, we've got a Caterium wire in there. I might be able to work at building one of those. Let's see here. Scroll down here. Not scroll, but scroll. Oh. As he says, and doesn't bother to completely manufacture the thing. Come on, you. Quit lagging out. There we go. That one more computer. Whoop. And launch. Tell us, Ada.
Milestone reached. Quartz and bauxite scanning unlocked. A new generation of basic aluminum parts is now available, which can be constructed from bauxite after a complex process of refinement. Additionally, improved conveyor belts and lifts can now be constructed.
Awesome. Anything else? Okay. So let's see here. Let's check and see what we got new. Say it won't be production or power. Logistics? Mark 5. 780 resources a minute, but we have to make Alcat aluminum sheets to do it, so we're going to need to create a whole process for that. Nothing in organization. I'm going to presume nothing in foundations. I got but all the foundations you can get. Walls, I think we're good there. And transportation. It said there's all these new things we can make. Okay. So let's see here. Z, V, there we go. What's really strange is I could have sworn we already had the ability to search for quartz. We might have been able to search for bauxite already. I can't remember. So how close is bauxite? Will it show us on the map when it appears? I guess we'll never know, because so far nothing is... Oh, there's some. Way out there. It's not appearing on the map. 1,500. Oh, it's all out in that direction. Towards the north. 1,500 to 2,000 meters away for that. What was the stuff we needed for the fuel generator? Oh, the computers. Yeah, I'd have to create all that stuff. That takes a few minutes to make. That'd be for boring footage. So let's go ahead and... Is it starting to get... I think we're starting to get a little bit of light here. You know, this thing is pointless now. Let's go ahead and shut that down. We'll remove it from the power. And that's going to free up a couple of 100 megawatts anyway. Which is better than nothing. But I think if we get this fuel stuff figured out, we're going to be well on our way. Let's run over here. I want to check this pole real quick and just see where we're at with power consumption now. That's weird how it's down here and then it just popped up. We're hovering around 13 to 14. So there still must be a manufacturing process going on somewhere. You know where it is? I bet it's over at the oil fields, because I think they're making, it's making some fuel, and it's making a bunch of rubber mats right now. So let's go ahead and hop in here, and I'm going to show you. This is kind of cool the way I've got this set up. I didn't even realize it was going to work this way till after I had it going. So when you jump in, you railgun, and you get shot off into the distance. As you come up to a station, If you don't do anything, it spits you out and you land about right here. But as you're coming into the station, if you hold the spacebar with your jetpack, when it spits you out, you get just enough lift. You don't touch the ground. You keep your momentum and you hit the next group of railguns and it adds to your speed. Now I think over distance you start to lose speed in these things because it looks like after a little bit we start to slow down. But we've got 11 minutes till the pod returns. And right now we can only really search for bauxite, which we said is in that direction. So let's go to the north station. Whoop! There we go. We can see this is moving so much quicker than the train. Now I haven't timed it to see what the loop around the map would be. I'll probably do that off camera. It might be just a little bit easier to figure out. But I get the feeling that this is going to be much, much quicker. Now the advantage to doing this is getting to a place quicker, but you're limited by your inventory space. The advantage of taking the train is that as many, I don't even know if there's a max, but as many trailers as I can get on that train, that's a mobile storage, so I can move stuff around. Okay, so I'm going to hold the space bar right now. Check that out. Oh my gosh, I love it. So we just go whoop, zoom around into the next. Oh man, I'm almost curious to let this run and let us run around the whole loop real quick just so you can see it. It's probably kind of a little disorienting to watch on screen, but you can get an idea and appreciation of the amount of work that's gone into. And I haven't even finished the legs, like the little decorative stuff. There's a few little touches that still need to be fixed. We'll go ahead. Let's go. Oh yeah, there's like this really weird texture thing going on with this. I keep seeing it every time I pass by. Like something got stretched right there. I don't know quite what to make of it. It's really, really strange. Oh, I think we're about to come up on the next station. So we'll go ahead and skip this station. We'll jump out at the station that's closer to the desert. The desert has some really good nodes in it, and it's possible we'll have bauxite in there. So let's see, can I... Okay, spacebar right now. Oh man, that never gets old. Oh my gosh, I really do feel like we're going faster and faster. Yikes. Come around this edge. I got this really cool idea that I put in. It looks like the train tracks and everything is being supported. That's a word. Supported from the side of the mountain. I'm almost curious to just go ahead and finish this loop. See, going uphill right here, we start to lose a little bit of momentum. So I think that's what messes it up. I've also thought about maybe, what if we were to add a few more hyperloop entrances to speed things up? Because like I said, I think it was somebody had done a test where if you go past 15, it kind of gets to the point where you go so fast you can't even really see what you're doing. So it might be like insta teleport to get from one station to another. But look, we're already at this next station. It's only been a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead and hold spacebar. We'll do... There we go. Now this one takes the longest. Oh, if it doesn't glitch, because we can see it's like twice the distance of the others. I thought about maybe moving this station to somewhere over here, but I'm building so much right here that it just seems like a better idea to leave it there. Ooh, we are getting a little bit of lag. I guess it's having trouble loading different areas or whatnot. But one other thing I was thinking about in this game that could add some improvement, there's like multiple crafting station things, which is an interesting concept, but at the same time it can get a little bit annoying because there's certain items that you have to make in one kind of crafting bench versus another. And there are a few items where you can't even craft at all. You have got to create certain machines to do it. And I think that might have been the better way to go, is while you're separating resources all over the map in certain zones, making you, oh, pardon me, have to search for materials in those zones. Uh-oh, we got a floaty thing right there. I'll have to come back and get that. The other thing is maybe having it where there's specialized machines, or maybe like a specialized card that you have to make and program. And by programming it, it expands a machine's capability to manufacture something. Maybe something like that would have been a good idea. I don't know. But I did kind of notice it seemed a little cumbersome that depending on what you want to craft, you've got to have these different crafting benches to jump around and try to build stuff with. But what did we say, 11 minutes when we started? And we're coming up on a little under 6. So it's going to be about 5 minutes to loop the entire map with this system. And I want to say it took close to twice as long to loop the map with the train. But you know what we can do? Let's go ahead and take the quartz hyperloop line. That's going to push us northward. And maybe we could find the bauxite deposit right there. So I'm not going to hold spacebar. And see? It spits us out right about here. We're back at the beginning. Pretty cool. So let's see here. We got to go all the way over here. But, okay, and I passed by it. But over there where we've got the oil deposits, I've got a refinery and some other stuff set up. And it's very roughly set up. It's not set up as an official factory or anything. And I think now that we're starting to get near the top tier items, I'm trying to think of, well, what do we do next? That's such a weird noise. So I think one thing I want to do is start creating factories on the map, making certain things. Whoop. And a system that brings them to one central base location. And I'm thinking about tearing all that down that we've started with, because I've got an idea for a base that I would like to try. Oh, yeah, this is where the weird tubes above you get in your way. It just gets a little, it can get a little sickening to look at sometimes, I guess. But I'm eventually going to tear all this down as well. And I know that there's some more map exploration we can do as well, but I think some of the episodes moving forward, what I want to do is maybe start exploring building factories at certain locations that do certain things that feed into a main system that returns a bunch of stuff to our main base. And once I start building the main base, it's going to make sense. Why are we bringing everything to that central location? I got like a themed idea that I want to try. We're almost up here. And we have found quartz elsewhere. We found it in the desert as well. So let's see here. Search for bauxite, please. You watch me end up having like a beacon I placed somewhere and completely forgot about. Okay, so there is 400 and 600 in that direction. Oh my gosh, it does show up on the map. And it's only in that area? What? Okay, let's see here. I think I built this as a ramp. Oh yeah, we did. We can go look at this this really cool red area. Now, originally I was thinking about trying to build a base in the middle of the map. Oh gosh, that freaks me out. Okay, fly, piggy, fly. Fly, piggy, fly. But as I got to looking at it, like the idea was going to be we were going to make these railgun slingshots that would throw you way up into the air. But after a little while, it got to be where like, can I reliably build these things where... Oh, there's one of those mega creatures. Let's see if we can get past it. Trying to reliably get this to shoot me into the center of the map every single time from no matter where I am. Trying to figure out that kind of system. I was like, I don't know if I want to mess with that. So I'd started trying to build something over here, and the good eyes might have already noticed this little thing in the background, and maybe even in one or two thumbnails. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and do another... Wait. Escape. Before we search again. I wish I could tell where that creature was. I bet it's up there. Okay, it did disappear from the map. So let's do another search. Bauxite. Where are you at? It should be around 200 away now. 300. So maybe I did find it over here while I was starting to work on this this crazy looking structure. So I'm not even going to tell you what the structure is about, but if you notice it, and if you understand what you're looking at, you might start to get an idea of what I'm thinking about doing with the base. There's those little fruit creature things again. You get angry. You go ahead and get angry. I'm fine up here. Are you going to run? Oh, I'm not fine up. Oh, there's bauxite right there. Hello. And then we've got some over in that way. So we can float down a little bit. Let's run over real quick and just see. Because that one had a bunch of creatures at it. I don't want to fight them right this second. But I want to see what the purity level of these nodes are. And we also need to check real quick what is the recipes for making this stuff. Oh, we got mushrooms here. Oh, there's one of them weird poison plants. Bauxite. You got to be close. Okay, 100. 120. And I get that weird sound right there, like there's something nearby. Here we go. Giant creature. Okay, let's check it real quick. Impure. That's an impure node. We don't want stinking impure. Although I guess if that's what we got to deal with. I wonder if the desert would have... Oh gosh, there's creatures everywhere. This planet wants to do one thing. Hurt old Piggy. What did Piggy ever do? Nice little fly right there. Let's get right over here. This is a really nice area. It's just... that was the other thing. I didn't want to destroy the vegetation just to be able to build in this area. It's too nice looking. What are you? You're normal. You're normal bauxite. Let's see here. Let's just... Oh, there's a creature in the water. I'm just going to fly right over here. We're going to do one more search for bauxite to see if there's anything this direction. And we're going to check a recipe real quick. Don't freeze on me, save game. Thank you. I hear sounds like there's more stuff nearby. Really cool waterfall. Look at all that water. So pretty. So, is there any more bauxite in the area? Is there anything? Oh gosh, we're farther from the desert than I thought we were. It's really strange. Why is it putting... Is there a glitch? Yeah, there is. So as far as our scanner goes, we were standing right here and we could scan right there. So that's about how far. So standing right here, scanning. We're not finding any bauxite except right here. So there might be some in the extreme edges or over here. But other than that, there's only those 3 deposits, which is crazy. But that's also kind of going in theme of what I was saying about making materials region specific. It's like maybe at that one point they decided to go and make it region specific. But let's see here. Is it X? Yes, parts. Is there aluminum? Let's do a search. Al Alcad and aluminum ingots. Aluminum scrap, alumina solution. So to make these sheets you need copper ingots and aluminum ingots. To make aluminum ingots you need aluminum scrap. Oh, silica finally comes into play. Okay. To make aluminum scrap you need alumina solution and petroleum coke. How do you make petroleum coke? I've never heard of that. Alumina solution. Oh my gosh, there's so much to this. Bauxite and water to make the alumina solution. So, what is the coke? Petroleum coke. Used for crafting a carbon-rich material distilled from heavy oil residue. Used as a less efficient coal replacement or for aluminum refinement. So that comes from heavy oil residue. And if I'm not mistaken, that comes from making... Yeah, it's a byproduct of either making plastic or rubber. Yikes. So to set up a thing just to make these aluminum alcad type plate things, there's like 5 or 6 different things we got to manufacture to bring together in different processes to keep converting it to stuff. That's crazy. That's like we've been going like this, just a steady incline of complexity to whoop, straight up. Hockey stick. All right, so I got a little bit of thinking and planning to do to figure out how we're going to do that for next episode. But if you enjoyed this episode, please click that like button. If you want to see more of these as I release them, you're not already subscribed and you want to be, well, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified when any new videos come out, go ahead and hit that notification bell. And we'll take a roll of the dice and see what happens. Uh-oh, I do not want to get stuck near one of them little buzzbird creature things. Oh, now we're getting all green stuff over here. You're like, Piggy, why are you flying over here? Well, I wanted to see if we could find any more bauxite. We need water to go with the bauxite. So it would, oh, these are weird looking plants. It would only make sense that if you wanted to make the game that much more difficult, let's have a really, really good deposit of bauxite. I hear that creature. I'm just gonna, that's a drop off in half. It would make sense to have the really good nodes of bauxite in the desert. Where there's horses with no names. And I guess... That's a weird sound. I've not heard that. I guess those rocks, we could blow those up, maybe? But let's see here. How much closer have we gotten? I know I did my end spiel, but I'm still going, aren't I? I want to just run to the end of this, if there is one. I love these trees. They remind me of weeping willows. Let's see here. I can kind of see the edge of the desert right there, so let's do a quick scan. There are some good looking nodes right here as well. Okay, and while we're running, let's do a bauxite scan. Let's see what we can see. It'd be really nice if we could find bauxite over here. Oh, I thought I saw a cave. Come on. No. That's going in the opposite direction. We don't want to go that way. Oh my gosh. Watch there only be 3 bauxite deposits in the entire map. That's crazy. But okay. I'm just going to keep exploring. I'm going to keep trying to see if I can find stuff. I'm going to organize myself for next episode. And that's when I hope to see you, is in the next episode of Satisfactory.